Each psychological sense of self believes it is the real self. Okay? So I'll say that again. Each psychological sense of self believes it's the real self. And it's not. Okay? And that's very liberating to realize and to understand in practice and throughout our day and throughout our life. It gives us back power and gives us back energy to be here and now in our center and to generate a real energy. Everyone in the world wants to generate some kind of energy. They want to build themselves, their worldly person, their status, their career. But nobody really is focusing on building the true thing, the essence. Our psychological sense of self, our ego, whoever we are, whether we're a businessman, businesswoman, we're a mother, we all have our sense of self, we have our worldly name. It's temporary. We're not condemning it. Maybe if we come from a religious background, it's more easy to identify with a ego of condemning this, right? Because another word for ego is also sin, but sin also means error or to miss the mark or to miss the point when you identify with this. So ego is just temporary. It's just to see it as it is. A very good instructor once said that he had an astral experience and he essentially saw what life was like from the absolute, from the source. And what life is like down here is just like a very small speck, a very small dust, a piece of like nothing. Our life here is so insignificant. Each one of us, our person, is very insignificant. It's nothing. Our being, our essence, this is something. This is eternal. This is something that goes on after we die, after we pass away. This is something of real value. What Jesus said in the Bible, don't store your treasures down here on the earth where dust and moth consumes, but store it in heaven. Store it in the higher consciousness, beyond time, where you really can keep it because it's beyond the limitation of ego, of mind, of time, of body, of materialism. So the whole life philosophy of the ancient Egyptians was to prepare for death, death being the most spiritual and greatest event in a person's life. And their preparation was to die before you die, to learn how to die before you die. That's the best thing. Most of humanity is just won't even be ready to die, or they don't even think about it and try to resist it till the very last minute. But here, we are really, truly learning how to die before we die. And as I said at the beginning, that's why Gnosis is, and the awakening of consciousness is very, well, it's a destructive process. And it's not a nice thing because in many ways, you really do feel like you're dying. In a very, when I say a psychological sense, it sounds like not that bad, but in experience, when it happens, when you really start to go through your own initiation in life, then yeah, the suffering is hard and things are difficult. Things get very difficult. But the reward is great.